Hello, welcome to The Good with Dr. Joe. And now, to my right here is the good-looking Dr. Joe.
Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us on our podcast today. It's 12 noon Eastern Time. It's 9 a.m. California and it's 5 p.m. London, England.
That's right, and that's what we're going to talk about today is the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom is you're absolutely right. And just before we get on there, we have our millennium. Guess what we have? Our millennium.
Now wait a minute, Joe. She's not a millennium.
I'm a 90s baby.
You're a 90s baby?
90s
okay.
baby.
Right? You look young enough to be taken as a millennium, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
I thought she was about 16.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes,
no, I'm 23.
you
I have
actually
two kids. I'm a mother.
Wow. You actually look very young and look very good to be a mother of two kids. Thank you so much for coming. I want to quickly introduce Laura Michelle. I'm not very good with last names. We'll leave it like that. Yeah. So welcome to our podcast today. She's going to be co-hosting today as we talk about London. Now, before I turn it over to Ms. No, I want to tell you about our podcast. It's called The Good with Dr. Joe. We are live every Wednesday at 12 noon on Instagram. We also have a channel on YouTube. We are on Google. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. Join us up and then give us some comments when you check us out on on YouTube. Okay, Miss No, we're talking about London today. Last week we talked a little bit about London, and for those who are going to be online today, we're giving out free ticket to visit the Windsor Castle. That is the private residence of the Queen of England.
Right. Can I call in?
Yeah. So please type on there. I want you to respond. If you want a ticket to go visit the castle, the Windsor Castle, hey, you are locked today. Send to us and let us know that you're interested. Yeah. Yes, Miss No.
The reason we're talking about England is because Joe lived there
for a little
for
bit,
a year and a half.
Yeah. No, we're not that long here. Okay, go ahead.
And he can tell us so much about England. It's a fascinating country.
Yes, I love it.
Did you enjoy living there?
Oh, yes. I enjoyed living in that place, even though there were a few things there that I didn't quite like. The fact that they still drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah, that's hard.
But we're going to get into all that later. But once I came to America, oh my God, I said, okay, America is number one. Now I understand why they say America is number one, because you cannot compare it with any other country in the world. But today we're talking about London, England. Yeah.
Were people very friendly with you?
People are very friendly, of course.
And
yes.
aren't they polite, more mannerly?
Yes. You can say that.
Because they have a little more cultural in England than we do. Of course, it's such an old.
What you say now.
It's such an old country, and last week or week before last, we talked about London Bridge.
Yes.
And Laura is going to tell us why they moved the London Bridge to Arizona and when.
The London Bridge is now in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
This is the actual London Bridge. So, Laura.
I got the whole story, but I don't know if you guys want me to read the whole story.
Go ahead, talk to us about it.
So in
Dying to hear that.
1968, an American tycoon bought London Bridge, all 10,000 tons of it, and moved it brick by brick to the desert town of Lake Havasu City, Arizona.
Somebody bought it?
Yeah, somebody bought it.
Why?
Why? Because in the early...
Was it for sale?
Well, no, not to begin with. Because in the 1960s, officials in England made a discovery that London Bridge was falling down.
Oh, that's where the song came from. London Bridge is falling down,
right.
Falling down, falling down. How many of us know that song?
Lord, that's what I told you.
London Bridge is falling down. My fair lady. Is it my fair lady or my old lady?
My fair lady.
My fair lady. Wow. So why was the bridge falling down?
Because the 1,000-foot span had stood over 130 years, surviving strife.
130 years.
That's an old bridge.
Strifing during the World War II's London Blitz. But it was unequipped for modern traffic and was slowly sinking to the River Thames at a rate of 1 inch every 8 years.
Wow.
And renovations were deemed impractical, so the city of London resolved to build a wider, more car-friendly replacement.
Get us slow down a little bit, man. Come on. It's like you're singing. Can you guys hear? Can you guys understand what she's saying? You understand what she's saying? Okay. Yeah, but get to slow down a little bit, though. That's millennial for you right there.
That's really good, Laura. Thank you so much for finding all that information out.
Wow. So the bridge was falling. So the guy just went from Arizona. I would have loved to talk to that man. He just went from Arizona, went to London and said, look, I'm going to buy this bridge because it's falling down. I'm going to bring it over to Arizona. Isn't that interesting? So, Miss Snow, what else do you have for us about London? Or England, generally?
Well, it's the United Kingdom.
Okay, United Kingdom, okay.
It's a constitutional monarchy, parliamentary democracy with a queen, a parliament that has the House of Lords and the House of Commons.
Wow. Now, let's back up for a second now. Let's back for a second now. When you say is a monarchy, the system, right?
It's because it has a queen.
All right, so I want to talk about that.
That's what it said. It says it's a monarchy with a queen.
Yeah, when do we have to talk about the queen?
Well, the queen, right now, she's the oldest reigning monarchy the United Kingdom has ever had.
Wow.
Now, the United Kingdom...
Yeah. But here's one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. Here's one more thing I found out about monarchy. England is the only monarchy that have survived these changing generations. You know, Spain used to have monarchy. French used to have monarchy.
I think Denmark still does.
Yeah, but they're not effective anymore. They politically they are not significant. They don't really have any influence on the politics. But
well, now the Queen does.
Oh yes.
Queen meets with the Prime Minister every day through the week, and the Prime Minister is like the President that we have here in the United States. And the UK is called United Kingdom because it's made up of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland.
Wow.
Now here's something I found interesting. The total population of the UK is 63.1 million.
What?
And London's population is 8.1 million. That's pretty big city. Ooh. That is packed.
That's why the place is very tight. The accommodations there, the homes, are just like that, you know, very small.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the fascinating thing about that country is their train system is so great.
Ooh.
You know, you can live outside of London and work in London and not have to contend with the city.
With the traffic.
Yes. Their train system is really great. In fact, I'm going to give you all a little bit of trivia.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
England had the first rail system in the world.
What?
England's very, for a small country, they're very updated. They had the first underground subway.
I got that too.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? But now here's something that caught me more than anything.
Yeah.
There is not a point in Britain. Now, when I say Britain, I'm talking about England.
England, yeah.
That is more than 75 miles from the coast.
What?
Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
And folks, I want to tell you, England and Wales and Ireland, and Scotland, they're all beautiful, beautiful countries.
Yeah, I think we need to visit someday.
No,
you guys
I'm part Welsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Welsh?
No, that's in me somewhere.
We have Wales.
So your family tree?
Yeah, my family tree.
Wow. Now, just before you move away from the train system, the first time I got to the London Underground, it was as if we were at a map convention. It's like everybody had a map of the train system.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't they have a big map down
They
there?
have one, but they have the small, little small ones that they have everybody
that
carrying.
you can pick up and carry with you.
Yeah.
That's really great.
So my problem was that why is everybody carrying a map? You know, and I thought they were all maybe tourists like me, you know, coming from another country. You know, no. The guy said, I'm just going to get home from work. Let me try and get the accent now. Hey, bloke, just trying to get home from... Just trying to get home. Oh man, come on. Somebody help me. I can't get my London accent.
I don't know.
Yeah, he said I was trying to get home.
Did you pick up the accent while you were living
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Is that where your accent is from?
No, a little bit. Kind of
the other one's from Africa.
Kind of yes. Mainly from Africa, you know, and then, yeah.
Another thing interesting is Buckingham Palace has its own police station. So it must be huge.
Yeah.
And, here's one. There are more chickens in England than there are humans.
What?
Why? No way. Why?
Isn't that great? More
How did they
chickens.
know that?
Why?
I don't know. That's just it. They like their eggs. Well, you know they do eat eggs. You know they do the egg.
Yeah.
They boil the egg, tap it.
Yeah.
They make little soldiers with a toast, and they open up the egg, and then they dip the little soldier in the egg yolk.
Like at the palace or just everywhere?
No,
in
that's
London?
London people. They love their eggs, and this is talking about the population. Tea is the national
Oh
drink.
yeah, it is wonderful.
And tea and warm ale.
Mm.
You know, ale is a big drink in England.
Okay, the phones are ringing. Very soon we're going to start taking calls. If you're going to call, I want you to call 678 708 4567. That's the number to call.
Oh.
678 708 4567. And we're still giving out tickets. Go ahead and type your name on the chat box.
Now here's something that should be of interest to everyone.
Yeah.
In the UK, they limit 12 minutes of commercials per hour to TV.
What?
They can only do 12 minutes of commercials in an hour.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Do you know how many they have here?
Oh yeah, I do.
I think is it more here or less?
It's
Probably
more.
more.
My God, they have.
And then they
every
play the
15
same
minutes.
commercial like 2 times in a row.
If you got an hour show, you'll have 4 commercials.
Wow, especially during this time of during this time of somebody's calling, like during this time of what do you call it now? Elections.
Mm-hmm.
With the elections coming up, oh man, it is everywhere. You know, you have
What? It's everywhere.
the
Oh,
commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll do them back to back.
Yes.
Sometimes they might do 3 right back to back.
And then sometimes they'll play the same one. Like I'll sit there watching through this long commercial, and then it starts a new one, and it's the same commercial they just played.
Oh wow,
And
that's
I'm like,
interesting.
yeah.
Well, anyway, we're still giving out our tickets to visit the Windsor Castle.
Joe, did you find it very expensive living in London?
Kind of, very, yes, very expensive.
Joe, did they have a lot of those outdoor sales, you know, food and...
Oh, it's like farmers market and things
thank
like that.
you.
Oh
Yeah, farmers market.
I can't remember what they call it now, you know. So, but they have, you know, little market. You just go out there.
And you get
know,
a lot
in
of
the
fresh
open.
food and
Yeah,
fruit. And
absolutely. We have a lot of that. Yeah. Now, here's one fun fact about England. They don't have like a national anthem. It's like here we have the Star Spangled Banner. They don't have anything like that. They just say God bless the Queen.
Yeah, they sing God bless the Queen.
That's what they do.
That's their big thing.
Yeah. And then number 2 is that every money, every denomination of currency there has the face of the Queen on it.
The current Queen?
The current Queen, yes.
Really?
It makes sense.
So the
because
money, yeah.
Ours has all the presidents. Well, not all.
Yeah,
the
the
most
different
recent,
president,
but
yeah,
there's
you know.
different presidents on our money.
So,
Well,
yeah.
she's been reigning now close to 70 years.
Yes.
She was about 22, 23 when she took over, and she's about mid-90s now.
Yes. Yes. I mean, she is really. And you remember the other thing we're talking about, that at some point England actually had owned a lot of land that was not in England.
Oh, England has, at one point in time in history, they owned more real estate than any other country in the world.
Wow.
They owned a great deal of Africa, India, Australia, the Falklands.
And don't forget Canada.
I didn't know they had part of Canada.
Yes. No. Even up to now, there are people who still pay taxes from Canada to the Queen.
Really?
What?
Yes.
Because I know there was a lot of French.
Yeah, I know they
Settled
speak
in-
French in
Yes.
Canada. I
Settled
know
in
that.
Canada.
Yeah, so part of it, you know, that was part that was not the English one. The English one belongs to the Queen.
And then, of
Yeah.
course, back in history, they had all of Ireland. But now they only have Northern Ireland. And Southern Ireland has their own republic.
Yeah, I think for a while they have been fighting for
They fought for
independence for,
years,
a long time,
yeah.
you know, bombs and stuff like that, you know, but it's
And
interesting.
so did Scotland.
Yeah. In case you don't know, in America we drive on the right side. In England, they drive on the left side.
Well, tell us why, because I'm interested to
Yes, tell us
Okay,
why.
so, as most people are right-handed, the driver would sit to the right side of the seat.
Mhm.
So his whip hand was free. The traffic congestion in the 18th century London led to a law being passed to make all traffic on London Bridge kept to the left in order to reduce collision. Today, only 35% of countries drive on the left.
Only 35%? I thought it was less than that.
Oh, I don't know.
That would have loved somebody. Look,
That's what I
if
read.
you are an English person, if you're an English person and you are watching us today, please call us and tell us what is the benefit today. I know that in 1800, was it 1800 or when did they decide
Yeah,
that?
though they they passed a law in the 1800, and it was to
Okay, 1800.
you had your
reduce
weapon.
and to reduce collisions
Collision,
on the London
okay.
Bridge.
1800, you had your reasons. So today, 2020, I'd like to know why you're still driving on the right side or on the left side of the road. That would be a good idea. So call us, please, 678-708-4567. Talk to us. Let us know why you drive on the other side of the road.
Now,
Yes.
did you ever tour the Tower of London? While you were
No,
living
I
there?
don't remember. I don't remember that. But I went to Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace, that's the place you
Oh,
need to
did
visit.
you get to make a tour?
Oh man, see just the changing
Yeah,
of the
the guard,
guards.
yes.
Oh man, see the marching, see the
With their
pomp
big
and
fuzzy
circumstance,
hats.
the big heart, and they just marching. Just that is actually an event. I can't remember now whether they do it every hour. They do the marching every hour, but that's something to see. It's so glamorous,
Yeah.
so fascinating.
I know that people gather there and watch it. The tourists and people who are visiting.
Oh.
And if you know about Marco, Angela Marco, what's the name of the prince? The prince just got married.
Harry.
Harry?
Yeah, what's the wife's name? The American.
Merkel.
Yeah. What's her first name?
Yeah, it might be Jennifer. She's mixed. She's
Is
from
it
here.
Angelina
Yeah.
Merkel?
Huh?
Angelina
Or
Merkel?
Megan or something.
Megan,
Meghan,
yeah,
that's it.
Megan.
Meghan Merkel.
So Megan. So,
M.M.
Jennifer something. I don't know.
no,
don't
it's,
know.
it's Megan.
Megan, I believe maybe.
It's
It is.
Meghan.
It's
Yeah.
Meghan.
So Megan, this is very interesting. One time ago, when Megan visited England a couple of years back, she was actually looking at the Buckingham Palace from outside the gate.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Now she's now inside Buckingham Palace.
So do you know how they met?
Hmm?
How her and Prince met?
Yeah, somebody connected them.
He went to Hollywood.
Somebody connected them. I think
He was,
Harry's friend.
he was in the States.
Yeah, Prince Harry's friend. He was here. He was a bad boy one time. He was a bad boy. Remember the incident in
Well,
Las
he's
Vegas?
a bad boy now.
No, he's come down. He has a baby
He's
now.
come back.
They
has a baby now.
Haven't you heard? He's
No,
abducted.
they're here now. They're here.
Yeah, I heard he's
They're
down.
in Canada.
Yeah, I heard they stepped down.
No. They're in the U.S. They have moved from. They're in the U.S. now. So hey, that's just news. The royal blood is always going to be there, irrespective of what he says. He's going to say, "Hey, I'm no more royal. I'm no more this." I mean, did you remember the movie Coming to America? Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy said, "I'm going to renounce my status as the Prince of Zamunda."
He is so good.
Okay. All right. And by the way, there's a new Coming to America, maybe Coming to America 2. It's in production right now. It's going to be out anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, he did it. He said he was going to renounce, but we know that's not going to happen. So Prince says it's not going to be longer be Prince. Hey, come on. Yeah. So it's like I'm saying, I'm going to decide today I'm not going to be black anymore. You think that's going to happen? From today, I renounce my blackness. Huh? I'm not going to be black anymore. You think that's going to happen? No.
Well, it could.
So how's it going to happen? So
You could bleach your skin now.
Yeah, like Michael Jackson.
Luke,
did.
Yeah.
let me tell you this.
Yeah, Michael Jackson went white.
Let me tell you this. Chris Tucker tried this. You remember when he said he was a black Japanese in that movie? Rush Hour?
Yeah, Rush Hour.
I mean, they beat the hell out of him after he said that. He said he was black Japanese. But they look at him, he's black. So yeah, no. Some things you just say that doesn't really do anything. All right, so we're getting ready to go. So, Miss, what does he have for us on the issue of London? Did you find out why she still gets taxes from other countries?
No, I didn't think about taxes.
Yeah, she still gets taxes.
Because I was more interested in the fun stuff.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about that fun stuff. Why don't the police carry guns? Did you notice
I
that?
heard about that.
Well, no, some of them do now.
That's only the SWAT. That's like the SWAT team. That's a special unit.
But years ago,
Mm-hmm.
no one in law enforcement carried a gun.
And they don't have the Second Amendment. They don't have the 2nd Amendment. You know?
Well, I don't think. Do they even sell guns?
No, they do.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Because you don't hear of all the shootings and the murders like we have here in the United States.
That's
they have it,
that's
like,
because
way
you don't
lower
have
crime
Second Amendment. Like here, anybody can own a gun. So that's under the Second Amendment rights. But in England, you don't have that. In order to have a gun, you either have to be maybe a security guard, you're a
Military
security
or
guard,
something.
or you are a hunter. You needed to hunt, or it's very really streamlined professions that can get that.
And they don't
Yeah.
have. They don't seem to have the crime that we do.
Yeah, their crime rate is
Well,
way lower than ours.
I don't know. I really can't say. I don't have. I don't know. I don't have the
didn't say they
statistics.
didn't have crime. I just said they don't have it like we
It's
do here.
lower
Yeah,
than ours.
yeah,
Well,
well,
their rate is
I have
lower
to.
than
I have to
ours.
see some stats to do that. I have to see the stats. You know?
Well,
Yeah. To say that.
the stats on Atlanta are pretty impressive.
Yeah, alone.
I remember, okay, I remember one time I had an accident in London. I was scared. The lady
Now,
came
Were you
to-
driving on the wrong side of the road?
I was driving on the right side of the road, and thank God I was actually in my lane, and the lady hit me, and then she knew that I was not from there, and she was going to beat me up.
Were you driving on her lane?
No.
Were you?
I
You were
was-
driving on the left side there.
I was driving, following the laws, you know. Then
Okay.
she didn't. Yeah.
Now,
That
do
was-
people have to have car insurance over there like we do
oh,
here?
of course you do. Yeah.
You know that differs from state to state.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
not every state. You're not like in the state of Georgia. You have to have it's illegal to drive without car insurance.
Yeah.
At least liability. But in other states they differ. Here,
Yeah,
up in New Hampshire or whatever, you don't
But
have
if
to
you
have
don't
it.
have, you have to show that you have a certain amount of money in the bank. I think that's the way you have to do it.
I
You
don't
have
know
to
all
get
of
it
that.
somewhere.
Like,
Well, like when I lived in Indiana, if you had an automobile accident there, you did not call the police unless there was a bodily injury.
I see.
You just exchanged
okay.
information.
I thought you guys were going to come on and box it out.
Yeah,
Okay,
right?
so just come on, just can- yeah, let's-
Take off
if
on
I,
it.
if I
There
knock
was
you
no
out, then you're
problem.
wrong.
That's what people were used to, so there was no problem.
I hope things will go back to that situation. But anyway, it's time for us to wrap up today. All right, so let's tell us a little bit of what's going on with the SBA situation. All right, so we have a group of bipartisan senators and representatives. They're trying to put together a new round of SBA economic stimulus package. So please look out for it. We are checking up with them. As soon as we hear anything, we're going to let you know it's time to start putting your paper in. But
We've been waiting months for that,
at this
Joe.
time, we want to thank you for joining us. It's time to go. See you next time. Everybody want to say bye?
Bye.
Next week, we're going to be talking about how to deal with working from home with your children doing their school, digital school, how to combine all of that. Look out for us next week. See you. Have a special guest.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.